I believe that investing in your sexual energy is the most powerful investment that you can make because it has the power to transform your life and empower you to feel more grounded and confident. When we hear the word investment, most people think of money, right? But the greatest currency you will ever hold is not in your bank account. It's your life force energy, your sexual energy, the most powerful energy that exists on earth and that creates life. And this energy is the root of vitality, creativity, and freedom. And yet it's often the most overlooked because we haven't been educated about it. And when we want to change our lives, we usually turn to the mind. We seek therapy, coaching, or spiritual practices. But almost never do we stop and ask, what about my sexual energy? We tend to pay attention to it only when something feels wrong, when we have low libido, intimacy issues, relationship struggles. But your sexual energy is so much more than this. It is a power source, one that can expand your creative expression and free your voice, one that can open you to your gift and soul path, one that can also deepen your relationships, dissolve fears, release trauma, help you become multi-orgasmic, and so much more. So when you learn how to heal, to activate and cultivate this energy with awareness, it becomes your most powerful resource, the ultimate investment in yourself that empowers every areas of your life. So in this video, I'm going to speak about why investing in your sexual energy is the most powerful investment that you can ever make and what this can actually do for you, speaking from my own experience. You will also discover what blocks your sexual energy, and I will give you practical ways to start harnessing it and expand your confidence and sense of pleasure in your life. So what is sexual energy? What is sexual energy really? Well, from a scientific perspective, it's our body's biological drive that makes us want to reproduce. But from a spiritual view, sexual energy is more than biology. It's the creative fire inside you, the same energy that inspires a vision and fuels the creation of something greater than yourself. It's not just about sex, it's the force that fuels your vitality, your passion, your confidence, and even your sense of connection to life. And so you can imagine your sexual energy like a fire inside you. If it's blocked, you feel tired, uninspired, disconnected, and fears and anxiety are more present in your life. But when it flows freely, you feel alive, confident, and creative, like life is moving through you. Our sexual energy center, located in the pelvic area, is the part of the body most deeply connected to creation and life force. And this area is sensitive to trauma, shame, and suppressed emotions, especially around body image, intimacy, sexuality, and identity. And somatic therapy and trauma research show that unprocessed experience gets stored in the tissues, fascia, and nervous system here. And energetically, this center can carry generational patterns, showing up as like fears of trust or intimacy, repeating family dynamics in relationships, or blocks in creativity like procrastination, self-doubt, or holding back your truth. Plus, intimacy is much more than a physical act. It's an energetic exchange, right? Every time that you are intimate with someone, there is an exchange of energy, of life force, of emotions, patterns, and karmic imprints are being shared. And so for women, this can feel especially strong as the womb space is a receiving space, right? And so that energy exchange can either nourish and expand you or leave you feeling drained. This is why healing and reclaiming your sexual energy is so freeing and transformative. It frees your body and sexuality, but also your power, voice, and authentic self-expression. This was me at the end of 2023, beginning of 2024. Pay close attention to the tone of my voice. We make the decision to let go of what is holding us back, whether it's fears, beliefs, behaviors, habits. And something that we don't often talk about is the secondary gain. Secondary gains represent all. Does it sound grounded to you? No, right? I found this video very interesting because my voice was high-pitched and unsettled. You know when people live in their head because of the tone of their voice. And at that time, I was not grounded. I was living with stress and anxiety. I didn't know how to set firm boundaries or express my needs with confidence. So your sexual energy has the power to bring you groundedness, focus, commitment, confidence, and even discipline with yourself. And it can help you implement boundaries because when you awaken and work with this energy, there are things or people that you won't tolerate in your life anymore. Which leads me to speak about emotional stability. When you work with your sexual energy, you don't experience extreme highs and lows anymore. Like my emotional state used to be so unstable and I had such a hard time controlling my fire. I will have like so many ideas and projects at the same time, but none of them will ever fully land or take root. And when you learn to harness and cultivate your sexual energy, your body naturally finds more stability. Your emotions feel less like drama and more like a steady, grounded flow. And cycle will always be here. So obviously, I'm not saying that this is always going to be butterfly and happy time, but consistent sexual energy practices like Taoist, tantric, somatic body work support hormonal stability because they regulate the nervous system and increase circulation and balance hormones. Your sexual energy has also the power to activate your sense of receiving pleasure, receiving love, receiving abundance. When we carry shame or guilt around sexuality, we unconsciously block our ability to receive in other areas of our life, including financial flow. So healing sexual energy often unlocks a deeper sense of worthiness, like I deserve to receive. And this happens because you change your perspective, right? You begin to feel deep inside you that you have the right to claim better for yourself, to choose environments and people that truly nourish you, honor your energy, and support the fullness of who you are. Then say goodbye to heavy skincare creams and Botox. Sexual energy is the best anti-aging secret on the market. I've worked 10 years in international business for professional skincare companies. And I speak from experience when I say that your sexual energy will give you like this inner glow that no cream, serum, or facial can ever match. Creams and facial can actually support you on the outside, but your sexual energy gives you like this inner radiance, like this je ne sais quoi, that no product can buy. When you circulate this sexual energy, it regenerates the body, strengthens immunity, and slows aging. Finally, another incredible benefit of harnessing and cultivating your sexual energy beyond feeling like connected to your sensuality and sexiness is the profound sense of oneness that it brings. It helps you awaken higher states of consciousness. You begin to feel a deeper union with both your divine feminine and divine masculine within you. It's like you start to do things from a place of intuition, of love and devotion, connected with your feminine, and you also know how to implement firm boundaries, take purposeful actions because you've reestablished this connection with your masculine. It's like both yin and yang within you trusting each other, and you also become the observer of what's happening in your life. Like I have moments now where I'm able to see like the Noemi who has the idea, the one who doubts, the one who is afraid, the one who tries to fix the doubt, the one who recognizes the sabotage, and the witness who notices everything while knowing that I am in the shower. You know what I mean? It's like It's like I can see all of this at the same time. I know that sounds like wide, but I can see and feel different moments and version of myself that don't feel limited to this exact time and space. This allows me to take like a step back, right, and choose from a more informed perspective, I would say. Now, let's talk about what blocks sexual energy. A big reason why so many people feel blocked in their sexual energy is because there is a lack of safety in the body. When you feel stressed, anxious, or when you live in survival mode, your body doesn't feel safe. And when the body doesn't feel safe, it contracts, which directly blocks pleasure. And this shows up most clearly in intimacy. Every time that you are with someone while your body is not truly open to receive the experience, it creates a disconnection. I really wish people would have told me that safety is that important. Honestly, I don't know a single woman who hasn't experienced this, because no one ever taught us how to recognize when our body feels safe, when it's open, and when it's ready to be intimate. And men can actually experience this too. For them, it might not be spoken about as often, but their bodies also need safety and openness. If a man is stressed, pressured to perform, or disconnected from his emotions, his body can shut down or go through the motions without true presence. And so instead of feeling connected, he may end up in his head focused on performance or expectations rather than genuine intimacy. And this can cause erection difficulties or even a loss of arousal. And without that awareness and sense of safety, we override our body's signals, disconnect from pleasure, and go straight into our head. Another way our sexual energy gets blocked is by chasing external validation, like depending on something outside of us to feel something. And that might look like constantly needing attention, turning to porn, or having sex without really being present in the body, or being concerned for how you are going to perform or how you are going to be perceived. And this actually can also show up in self-pleasure. Maybe you feel stressed or anxious, and so you go touch yourself just to climax quickly to release the tensions. And there is actually nothing wrong with self-pleasure in itself. The key is, how do we use it? When it's unconscious, when it's just a quick escape, it doesn't actually feel us. It's like emotional eating. It's the same thing. We rely on the climax to fix something instead of really being with ourselves. And so in this case, instead of building energy and feeling nourished, this is going to drain and leak your energy and disconnect you even more from the body. Afterwards, you might feel tired or disconnected because it wasn't about nourishing yourself, it was about numbing or escaping. Then another major block to our sexual energy is overgiving, saying yes when we mean no, not holding boundaries, and giving more than we receive. All of that depletes the center, leaving us feeling exhausted instead of empowered, because you give without the foundation of love and support for yourself. So how to start harnessing your sexual energy? Well, the very first step to harnessing your sexual energy is to bring back safety, softness, awareness, and love into your body. I was with a client this week and I gently guided her to connect with her womb, simply bringing awareness to that space. And she became emotional and told me that she had never done that before. She had never really tuned in and felt into her womb. And just that, just acknowledging and saying, I see you, I feel you, to a part of her body was the beginning of reclaiming her pleasure and sexual energy. And so once you connect with your womb or pelvic area, you want to connect in a even deeper way by breathing, sounding, adding conscious touch, and smiling to this place. There is a very beautiful Taoist practice called inner smile. And so in Taoist wisdom, your organs are more than physical structures. They hold energy and emotion. And so by smiling inward into your organs, you are offering kindness and gratitude to your own body. And so this smile, this soft, compassionate attention helps dissolve tension, send love, and restore harmony within you. It's like going to the gym and practicing the mind-muscle connection, when you focus on a specific muscle group, really feeling it and visualizing it working. That muscle responds and grows faster. So the inner smile works the same way. By bringing attention and a soft smile to an organ or area of your body, you begin to cultivate more love, safety, and harmony there, which allow the body to relax, open, and receive. Then working with sexual energy begins with a shift in perspective, meaning seeing the practice, the experience itself as sacred. And for most of us, sexuality has been shaped by rushing, performance, and the pressure to reach climax. And I often say that people go through sex and intimacy as they go through life. Like if you are rushed, goal-oriented, and performance-focused in life, chances are that you will bring the same energy into sex, rushing toward climax, worrying about how you are doing, or treating intimacy like a task to complete. And if you are curious, open, grounded, and present in life, you will likely bring that same energy into sex, exploring with wonder instead of rushing, and listening to your body and your partner, savoring each moment without needing to reach an outcome. And being aware of this is important so we don't stay stuck in old patterns of impatience, anxiety, or even dissociation. That's also my point to say that investing in our sexual energy can transform your everyday life, because if you rewire your intimate moments, you are going to think and act the same way in other areas of your life too. So here, the invitation is to slow down and infuse your intimate practices with presence and groundedness. It's like touching yourself to rediscover your body from another angle, with the intention of feeling even closer to yourself, inviting even more pleasure and breath and sound and connection to your heart, and the divine also. And as a practice, you can grab a coconut oil, close your eyes, and put a relaxing music, and let pass your hands on your body and find the pleasure. Where do you feel the most alive? Where can you be even more present with yourself? How do you like to be touched and hold yourself? What does feel good? And you can start by finding places, pleasurable places outside your pelvic area. This is going to help you find and reconnect with pleasure in your body. And this is also, of course, a practice that you can do alone or with a partner, and make this discovery together to bring even more connection and staying present with this. This is like a meditation, pleasurable practice to deepen the pleasure and sense of openness. Also, before body practices, and I'm speaking about any type of body practices, I like to set my intention and consecrate the practice. Like I offer this practice to divine source energy. May this practice help me expand my energy, feel more grounded and confident within. And I like to connect with the universe, God, the source, divine energy, however you want to call it, before doing self-massage, self-touch practices, because this brings like this sense of sacred experience to the practice and amplify the energy and bring me closer to my higher self. And that's a first step actually to connect spirituality and sexuality and feel like this deep sense of connection with yourself. And so after doing a body discovery practice and having implemented intentions, consciousness, and presence, you can channel this energy into creation. And that could be any type of creation, like a house project or a business idea. Another way to harness your sexual energy is by practicing sublimation and circulation practices. Sublimation means redirecting your life force energy so it doesn't just stay in the sexual center or get released through climax, but instead it rises up through the body to nourish your heart, your mind, and even your spirit. And circulation is the practice of guiding this energy to flow smoothly through your whole system. And there are many practices that exist, and different teachers speak about this in their own language. And so, for example, Mantak Chia, a Taoist master, teaches sublimation and circulation through method like the microcosmic orbit, guiding sexual energy up the spine and down the front of the body to nourish the organs and awaken vitality. And then you also have Joe Dispenza actually that speaks about it. But he speaks about it in the more scientific terms. It teaches people to contract the pelvic floor, draw the energy up the spine with the breath, and focus it in the brain to activate higher states of consciousness. Like, it doesn't call it sexual energy, but it's like exactly the same principle. It's about moving the life force upward instead of releasing it outward. And so to get familiar with this, you can do a practice where you close your eyes and place one hand on your lower belly and take a few deep breaths into that space and feel like the aliveness there. And then as you inhale, gently contract your pelvic floor as if you were like sipping the energy upward. And you can use also like the straw breathing, right? And imagine this energy rising along your spine toward your heart and up through the throat, third eye, and crown. And you can hold it there for a moment and then exhale softly, relaxing your whole body. So you can do this a few times slowly and with presence, and you will start to feel how your sexual energy doesn't just stay in the lower belly, right? It can be lifted and transformed, feeding your heart, your mind, and even your connection to the divine. And sublimation is a very powerful practice for moving sexual energy and cultivating more vitality and confidence. But it's also important to remember that as this energy rises, it can also bring up stuck emotions. And so that's why creating safety is essential. Always begin by finding a resourceful place in your body, a sense of grounding, warmth, or inner support. And you can return there before and after the practice. And so this way you are not just like moving energy, but integrating it in a way that feels safe, nourishing, and whole. Thank you for watching, and if you want to go deeper into cultivating your sensuality, your sexual energy, and transforming your emotion into confidence, vitality, and divine connection, make sure to follow along. Have a great day. Take care.